Hey everybody, Glenn here, and it's time to dig into the January subscription boxes, starting off with Legion of Collectors. This is the Titans box from Funko and DC. Now, I heard a couple of comments I've gotten talking to people. They were a little worried about this box in that it was going to be all about Teen Titans Go. The thing about the Teen Titans is they have a really deep and rich history since the early 80s, and what a lot of people, the only thing they know about the Teen Titans is from Teen Titans Go. This isn't a Teen Titans Go box. I have no idea what's in here, but I can tell you right now that it's not a Teen Titans Go box. It's the Teen Titans. Back in the Marv Wolfman days in the 80s, I was huge into the new Teen Titans. Love those storylines. Great run in the 80s. And the Titans coming back with a TV show, a live-action TV show. So there's lots going on with the Teen Titans besides Teen Titans Go, but I think a lot of people, especially younger people, only know the Teen Titans from Teen Titans Go, and they're like, I don't want Teen Titans Go cartoon box. That's not what this is. I can guarantee you that right now. So let's dig into it and see what we do have. Okie dokie, they got the spoiler card on the top, so we'll skip that for now. Alright, we've got a patch, and just what I talked about. This is very Marv Wolfman run, 80s looking patch. It is Cyborg, Teen Titans. I always think of them as the new Teen Titans, because that's where I got into them, that initial run. The Teen Titans actually have been around for a lot longer than that, but they weren't really in their heyday until that new Teen Titans #1 came out in the 80s. So there's Cyborg. Nice looking patch. I like it. Very 80s oriented. Let's look at the shirt. Looks like it's Beast Boy, which to me, Beast Boy to me is Changeling. That's the way I remember him, because that's the way he was in the new Teen Titans. Now he's Beast Boy. Pretty cool looking shirt. I like it. Very stylized. Black t-shirt. Nice use of the green and the red. So there's your Beast Boy t-shirt. Pretty cool. Not pop oriented either. So not a pop t-shirt like we're used to getting. So it's a nice change every once in a while not to get a pop t-shirt, but just a regular geeky shirt. So good job there. We've got a figure. We got one of these before with the Superman box. It was the original Superman. This is a more traditional action figure. This is from the new Teen Titans. This is Nightwing. And that's what I think of when I think of the Titans. Those are my Teen Titans. Even maybe a little bit before that with Robin instead of Nightwing. But that is the new Teen Titans. And this is the Nightwing figure. I'll put him on the camera there. And it's more your traditional, old school, cardboard backed action figure, which isn't really my cup of tea. I'm not big on these kind of action figures because as a collector, you want to kind of keep them in here and you can't play with them. They're not much for toys. But a lot of people collect these. This is actually a good thing to include. Don't see these very often. Again, we saw it once before with Superman, but this is Nightwing. And again, very much focused on the 80s version of the Teen Titans, which for me is the coolest part. Alright, we've got a pop figure. Now this is a little weird to me because we just looked at a Nightwing action figure. Well, the pop is also Nightwing. In fact, it's the same version of Nightwing, the Titans version. So I'm not getting the same figure twice in two different forms in this box is a little weird to me. Now, the saving grace, I see another figure in that box. It's not Nightwing. But if it's a variant issue, like there's variants of these, maybe. We'll look at the spoiler card in a minute. But until then, we've got the Nightwing pop. number 202. There's the box there. He's listed with, on his box, just pretty much some random DC figures. No rhyme or reason really there. Those are figures from 2017. And there he is. Now we've had other versions of Nightwing already in the DC Heroes line. In fact, Nightwing's pretty old, and one of the first, not maybe one of the first, but in the first dozen or so DC Heroes original collection, I've got one of them, and there's an ultra rare one too that's worth quite a bit of money, with his the red version of his suit. But we've got an original Nightwing. I'm not actually sure where it's displayed right now, but so we've got that one. So this is actually the third Nightwing to come out, and this is your new Teen Titans 80s version of Nightwing rather than the current cartoon or the current comic edition. So that's the difference. Brighter costume, more four-color, as they say. And again, obviously in a newer pop, which since the original Nightwing came out, pops have been better, you know, as far as the design and the detail and such. So there's Nightwing right there. I like the colors. He's not all that detailed. If we can catch his shot there, he's not actually all that detailed, but the yellow and the blues do stand out. They're very bright. Again, they're a lot like some of the regular version pops. Like what comes to mind is when I showed Booster Gold a little while ago. The regular version, just very simple paint, a simple mold, but bright colors, bright blues. He's got a bright yellow there. As a collector core, as a Legion of Collectors exclusive, I feel they could have done a better job with the pop. I like Nightwing, very cool, but he's very plain in this version. Usually, you know, you kind of count on your you count on your exclusive pops to have a little more pizzazz, a little more detail, something different about them. Yeah, this is a different Nightwing than we've seen before, but you know, it doesn't jump out at you as, oh man, I wish I'd gotten a Legion of Collectors box to get that Nightwing. You know, usually the exclusive pops have something really, really different about them. And this pretty much is your standard pop. You could, if I told you this was a common pop and you didn't know anything, you wouldn't look twice at it because you think, okay, common pop, that's a Nightwing, that's cool, I'll have to make sure I get that one. But as a Legion of Collectors exclusive, it's not all that exciting. So, there's the pop. Now we've got another figure, and it's another one of these cardboard-backed vintage action figure looking ones, and this is Raven. So we've got Raven there. Dig Raven. She's always been one of my favorite Titans, and you know her storyline back in the days of the 80s Titans was very important. It basically was the centerpiece of the run back then. So there she is right there. The back is the same, and then you've got Raven there. Again, I'm not big on these old school vintage figures, but they're cool to have around as kind of a display piece in the packing. So two of the same, you know, okay, it seems a little bit lazy to me, and that might hurt them a little bit in curation, but you know, as I do my research, we'll kind of see. And then lastly, we've got a comic. Glad to see these boxes, one of them at least, going back to a comic book, because we haven't gotten them lately, and these are comic characters. This is obviously the new Teen Titans, but it's a cover with the adult characters, you know, their mentors and such up there. So you've got the Titans down below. I like that cover. I'm not sure what the book is. We'll see when we do the spoiler card, but that's a very cool cover with the Titans on the bottom and then their mentors up on the top. And this is really old, new Teen Titans with Robin instead of Nightwing there. This is very classic, very, you know, there's Trigon in the background too. So this is during that first Marv Wolfman storyline, which, you know, featured heavily with Raven and Trigon. So there we go. And there's a comic. So we've got the comic. We've got two of the kind of traditional action figures. we've got the Nightwing pop, we've got the shirt, and we've got the comic. Or I already mentioned the comic. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. 5-item box. Let's look at the spoiler card real quick. Looking for variants. So again, this is Titans 80s. This is all about early 80s. Really bright colors. Original storyline. I couldn't ask for a better application of the theme, because this is my Teen Titans. So I'm very happy with that part of it. So there's the spoiler card. You can see Nightwing up in the corner there. The comic is Funko exclusive comic from artist Phil Jimenez, but I can't tell what the issue is or anything. So this might be one comic that I have to break out, because I might want to read it. And then I'll put it in a traditional bag, because I hate these bags anyway, and you guys know that. Okay, so were some variants in the action figures. So yeah, I got Raven and Nightwing, but Starfire was also out there, and Cyborg. So this might be a situation, assuming nobody claims this box. If this box gets claimed, I'll get another one anyway. But I might have to order another box, because I would rather have Starfire for sure than Nightwing. So maybe I can get lucky, and even if I keep this box, I might order another one to try to get... You know, again, I'm not that big into these kind of figures, but as a completist, collecting-wise, I would like to have that Starfire. I almost forgot to mention that they indicate on the spoiler card for this box that they might be coming out with a way for you to be able to finish all 4 of those figures to get, you know, your complete collection of Nightwing, Raven, Cyborg, and Starfire. So to get the other 2 that you don't want. So what that tells me is they're probably going to make all 4 of those figures available on their store. From time to time, on the different Funko boxes on their store, you can get items, not boxes, but you know, things that they make available, whether it's a special pop or something like that. So I have a feeling that on their store they're going to make available those four pops. So don't feel like you have to get multiple boxes to be able to finish collecting those 4 vintage figures, or pay an exorbitant price, or you know, trade away one to get another. You can have all 4 at some point. I don't know when it's going to be, but hopefully it's soon. But I wanted to throw that out there in the middle of this review before you go away. All right. Or maybe I could trade. Maybe I could trade Nightwing for Starfire. We'll see about that. And it looks like the shirt might have had a variant as well, because I see 2 different designs. I'll put it there, it's easier to see. I see 2 different designs for Beast Boy right there. One's kind of the vertical one that, or the horizontal one that I got, and then this one has kind of a vertical Beast Boy design. So that might be a variant as well. I'll have to look at some other unboxings, but I'm thinking that's the case. And then the patch is right there. All right, so next box, Green Lantern. In fact, it looks like it's going to be Green Lantern Corps. Very excited about getting that box. So anyway, I'm going to do some research on some stuff. We'll look at eBay, and I'll be back with values and scores. All right, let's look at some values. As always, typical disclaimer with these boxes is the fact that the values are the values. It's what people are selling them for on eBay right now as I film this, or Pop Price Guide, or wherever I get these values. Prices fluctuate, and the Funko boxes are a weird animal in that you, at a later date, can get this box as a whole. So you can just go and buy the box down the line. But you can only do that if you're already a subscriber. So really, your values aren't going to fluctuate as much as another box company that sells their old boxes, because there's a provision. There's something that you have to be a subscriber currently to buy a past box in its entirety. So yes, you can bypass boxes, but that that thing about being a subscriber cuts a lot of people out of doing that, right? So because if you were a subscriber when this box came out, you already have this box. If you become a subscriber later and you want to get this box, then if that's part of your plan, then you could pretty much not pay any attention to the values I'm about to give you right now. On the other hand, if you just want a specific piece and you really have no desire to subscribe to to this box in the future, then you can't get the past box. So you might as well just look at the values and get that piece that you want or pieces that you want. So it's kind of a gray, tricky area. You know, if one of my Patreons, one of my patrons from Patreon, hi guys, appreciate your support. If they claim this box, then I will be able to get another box for myself. But a lot of people can't do that because they're not subscribers and they don't want to subscribe to the box. Now, what you could do is it's monthly now anyway. You could subscribe. Let's say you really want the Green Lantern box, but you don't want to subscribe. So you could subscribe for the Green Lantern box. Go ahead and buy the Teen Titans box when it's available later during the buy period of Green Lantern, and then cancel your subscription. So you could do it that way as well. So, you know, values, you know, take it with a grain of salt just because they're going to fluctuate normally, and they're going to fluctuate with the fact that you can get this box later on. So anyway, the vintage figures, let's talk about those, because those are the most, to me, not controversial, but they're the most kind of dicey for me. Each one of these, all four variants, which is Nightwing, Raven, Starfire, and Cyborg, are all going for about 20 bucks on eBay right now. So $20 figures, pretty typical. I actually have seen the Starfire going for a little bit more, which I understand because that's a cool looking figure. So, you know, be that as it may, about 20 bucks a piece. So that puts the two of these together at about 40 off of eBay. T-shirt, I gave a standard $15. Cool t-shirt, nice design, good quality, no reason to have it be any less than that value-wise. The pop right now on Pop Price Guide, this is going for $24. Pretty typical price for a pop coming out of a Funko box in the same month that you get it. So again, only one person selling them too on Pop Price Guide. So that's a good indicator that people are keeping these out of the box. So, you know, there's enough on eBay for you to be able to get one. But 24 is about the going rate right now. It'll go down. It might go up. Who knows? But right now it's 24 bucks, which is right around, I think the pops last time around, the Aquaman pop and the Steppenwolf pop were about 26 or so. So this is right around that range. The comic. Now the comic's a weird one on eBay right now because people are trying to wring a lot of money out of people for this comic. I've seen it for 25. I've seen it for 40 right now. It's not gonna stay at that price point, even with this very cool cover. So I gave it a $10 value on my side, just because that's what similar comics out of these boxes go for. So I put $10 on that one. Even though you go to eBay, you're not going to find a listing for this comic for 10 bucks. If you really want the comic, buy the box somehow. You know, because I think the whole box right now on eBay is going for about 50. And again, moving forward, if you're a subscriber, you'll be able to get it for 35 with shipping. So, patch. It's actually a 6-item box. I said 5 because I always forget the patch. Last time it was a pin. This time's a patch. So it seems like they're rotating it, which I'm better with than, you know, my big complaint with the Funko boxes right now is patch and pin have gone away as a set each month for you to collect. But at least they're rotating them in. This one was a patch. The last one was a pin. So maybe the next one will be a pin again for the Green Lantern. But the patch right now is going for 5. So your value is coming up to about $94, almost identical to the value of the last Legion of Collectors box. But the values are spread out a little bit because you've got more figures. So $94. With shipping, it's about $35, so you know, almost 3 times the value, which is good. Again, tricky value placement with this box, so it's going to go back and forth. All right, so let's talk about the scores I gave it. Value obviously is an A, 2.8 times or so of the items to the box. Fun factor I gave a C. Nothing really cool or unusual. I guess the only fun factor for me is the fact that it's the 80s Titans, and I really like that. I was really happy to get that. But that's kind of something down for the execution score or the curation score. But as a fun factor, I gave it a C because there's nothing, you know, future usable. Sure, there's a shirt, but there's nothing cool or fun, you know, coming out of this box. It's pretty typical. The theme I gave an A. 80s Titans, awesome. I love it. I love that the whole box was that way. It wasn't, okay, we're going to throw in an item from the 80s Teen Titans, and then we'll throw in an item from Teen Titans Go, and then we'll throw in an item from the 2000s Titans comic series. It's all classic 80s Titans. I love it. I gave the team an A for that. Curation, I gave them a B. And the B comes from the fact that I opened the box and there's 2 Nightwings. I know it's a variant, but getting the same character twice in 2 different figures doesn't thrill me that much. It just felt, this whole box felt a little lazy to me, curation-wise. Yeah, they go with a Nightwing pop. Okay. You know, the comics we haven't gotten in a while, so I was happy about that, but still kind of typical items. Nothing really... no wow items, no, wow, I've never seen this in a box before. They pretty much put together a typical subscription box, which is fine. That's why it's got a B. But not anything that's overly exciting. Execution, I also gave a B. And I gave the execution a B. The pop design is so-so to me. I think what would have been great in this box is a, you know, I keep going back to her, but a Starfire pop on like a stand where she's flying. I think that would have been just incredible. I think that would have been great. Or a Raven pop, or even like a Kid Flash or something like that pop figure. I think it would have been better than the standard Teen Titans Disco Nightwing, you know, which again is fine. It's just not what I expect out of an exclusive. The patch was good. I really enjoy the look of the patch. Shipping's great. So execution B. Overall, I give this box a B. I was happy with it, but not thrilled. The thrilling part to me was the theme. I really liked that they did all 80s Titans, which a lot of younger people will not relate to at all. But I was really happy to get it, and that was really fun. So this is a fun box. I'm glad I have it. I just think the execution and the choice of items could have been a little bit better. So let me know what you think of Legion of Collectors in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. We're in the season of the month where all the boxes are coming in at the same time, so expect a lot of videos here in the next week, knocking them all out. And as always, check out my social media off to the side. I'm still giving away a ton of pops for subscribers on my Twitch channel. It's really a token of my appreciation, but if you think about it, it's, you know, a $4.99 subscription to my channel will get you a pop figure probably worth at least $8 or $9, and you're getting a choice of pop as well. So look into that. Definitely consider looking me up over at Twitch. And I love chatting collectibles. I love chatting pops, and just hanging out with you guys while I play some different games and do some different things. So head over there. As always, thanks so much for your support, and I will see you guys later. Bye.